Hey guys, how you doing? So this is a video for S.6 area and perimeter of the coordinate plane number 2. So this one is much like number 1. You're just going to be using the distance formula a lot more often for this one because you don't have as many straight lines. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first question. The first question wants to know perimeter. So we're going to identify our shape. We have a triangle. If it wants perimeter, then what are we going to do to all of our sides? That's right, we're going to add all of our sides. So we need to know how far it is from B to C, from A to C, and from C to B. Notice, B to A, I can simply count because it is a straight line. There's no diagonal to it. So BA is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I know BA is 12. So I'm going to be adding that to AC and CB. However, I can't count for those two, so I have to use the distance formula. I need to find the coordinates so that I can plug them into my equation here. So my coordinates for B are -7, +5. For A, it's again -7, -7 for this one. And for C, I have -9, -9. So first I want to find the distance from A to C. So I'm going to use my A and my C coordinates. To plug them in, it doesn't matter which one you make your first and second as long as you stay consistent. So I'm going to make these my first coordinates and these my second coordinates. So my formula is square root of x2, well these are my second coordinates, so my x2 is -9, minus x1, which is -7, squared, plus y2, which is -9, minus y1, which is -7. I'm going to start within my parentheses for each one of these. So I have -9 minus -7, which gives me a -2. Now I have square root, -2 squared, plus, over here I also have -9 minus -7, so it gives me again a -2 squared. -2 squared, that's -2 times -2. I get -2 times -2 is a +4, plus, over here again, -2 times -2 is a +4. 4 plus 4, I get a square root of 8. Now, this is going to give me a decimal, so I'm just going to leave it square root of 8. If it gives you an even number, keep it. But if it does not, leave it just the square root of whatever it is, because that way we're not using a rounded answer to get our final answer. So I'm going to get rid of that one, because now that gives me the distance from A to C. I also need the distance from C to B. So now, I no longer need this one. I need C to B. So again, square root. This I'm going to make this my first coordinate, and this is going to be my second coordinate. So I have -9 minus -7 squared plus -9 minus 5 squared. Start within my parentheses. Negative 9 minus negative 7 gives me a negative 2 squared, plus negative 9 minus 5 gives me a negative 14. Now going to do my exponents. Negative 2 squared is negative 2 times negative 2, which gives me a positive 4, plus negative 14 squared, which is negative 14 times negative 14, gives me 196. Then when I add those two together, 4 plus 196 gives me 200. The square root of 200 gives you a decimal again, so you're just going to leave it square root of 200. In your calculator, because I'm finding perimeter, I'm then going to add up all of these sides. So I have 12 plus the square root of 8 plus the square root of 200, which gives me a decimal answer of 28.970 and some other numbers. This wants you to round it to the nearest tenth. So 28.97, well, the 7 tells the 9 to go up, which brings me up to a 29. So I'm only going to use one example for this one, because for every problem, you're going to use the distance formula to find your sides. If you're finding perimeter, be careful, because for this one, when I have a rectangle, I don't need to find the distance formula and use it 4 times. I only need to use it twice, because if I find GH, that will also give me IF. Because this is a rectangle, I know those two are equal. So I'll use the distance formula once for here, and then I'll use the distance formula once for this side, because once I have that side, it will give me this side. Okay, so sometimes you're going to be finding the perimeter, sometimes you're going to be finding the area, so you have to use the distance formula to help you find the pieces that you need to then plug it into our area formula or to add up our sides. All right, guys, as always, give me a call if you need anything. Have a great day.